we blow. Let's go, this is the time to shine. Everything wrong should be right. Girls, you in control. Not the government, not the government. Nothing changes, never stops. Say what? Breathe. We are more than machines. We are because we feel. When everything goes down, it is how we come around. We are more than a dream, but this heart is made of steel. I said I need you now. You are everything to me. More than machines. More than machines. Don't forget the code, let the wind blow. You can't be assured of a window. Shame, bro, we know you foe. Here is the news, in blood. Everything wrong should be right. The earth dies, it's a money thing, it's a money thing. Nothing changes, never stops. Say what? Breathe. We are more than machines. We are because we feel. When everything goes down, it is how we come around. We are more than a dream, but this heart is made of steel. I said I need you now. You are everything to me. More than machines.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to number 2 Royal Avenue, Belfast. Welcome to Northern Ireland's number 1 pro wrestling promotion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shockwave pre-show podcast. We are live on YouTube, and we are live and in person right here in 2 Royal Avenue, Belfast. Guys, if you're passing by outside, don't be shy. Come on in and give it a try. NIPW is here today with a free fan interactive event. Northern Ireland's number 1 pro wrestling promotion. So anybody, if you were looking for tickets for WWE Raw, didn't get them, and you're still looking to fill that wrestling crave, then come and join us next weekend for Shockwave. But today, if you're passing by, anybody in attendance, come on in, meet the stars of Northern Ireland wrestling. Maybe even sign up to become a wrestler yourself and get as many photos as you like. So guys, are you ready for the show? No, that's not good enough. Guys, I said, are you ready? No, we're sucking diesel. Guys, listen, Northern Ireland Pro Wrestling is Northern Ireland's number 1 pro wrestling promotion, and with it, the most prestigious belts on the island. So guys, coming up first, we're going to have our parade of champions. So any of you guys here to see the champions of NIPW? Well, guys, with no further ado, let's get them out here. First of all, we're going to go with the inaugural Northern Ireland Tag Team Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, with an explosion of undeniable talent and tag teams across NI, the country was in need of prestigious titles that identified the creme de la creme of Northern Ireland tag teams. And in Bangor, at the end of the year, we seen one of the most shocking sights as Sage Valentine stood side by side with Malice as the first and only ever Northern Ireland tag team champions. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome none other than the enforcer of torture, Sage Valentine, and the terror of NIPW, the man that makes the mat run red, Malice. Gentlemen, the inaugural Northern Ireland Tag Team Champions. In Bangor, we've seen shocking scenes where you two guys stood side by side. But my question is simple. How does it feel to be the inaugural Northern Ireland Tag Team Champions.
It's about goddamn time, Jonny. Me, C.H. Valentine, and my brother Malice are finally the first ever Northern Irish Tag Team Champions! And it feels unbelievable.
Well, guys, let's not be remiss if I didn't ask. Malice, what about yourself? How does it feel to stand there with that title over your shoulder? Well, you heard it. Well, you didn't hear it there. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Northern Ireland Tag Team Champions, Sage Valentine and Malice. Gentlemen, if you could stand into the middle, please. We're going to introduce the next champion. Are you guys ready for your next champion? How about the Northern Ireland World Heavyweight Champion? Are you ready for that? Yeah. Listen, guys, Northern Ireland is a small country building with sensational pro wrestling talent, so it needed a title that identified the absolute best pro wrestler, not only in the promotion, but in the entire country as well. And as if by fate, that title fell on the best pound-for-pound wrestler in Northern Ireland. None other than the guy that you're going to see right now. Fighting out of Belfast, Northern Ireland, he is a former SIW Academy champion. He is a former NXG Junior Heavyweight champion. He is a holder of a Marty Jones Certificate of Excellence. This guy is the last ever NIPW Resolution Heavyweight Champion and the first Northern Ireland World Heavyweight Champion. Belfast, please welcome your Northern Ireland Champion, the Irish Grappler, Jonny McIlroy. Most prestigious title on this island, the Northern Ireland World Heavyweight Championship. You're the first holder. What does it mean to you to hold that title over your shoulder and be identified as the very best on this island?
I am the man that represents this entire country. I'm the man at the top of the mountain. I'm the one that every single one of you wants to beat. That should say enough for you. Why should I explain myself anymore, Jonny? I am the best this island has ever had and ever will have. And that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your Northern Ireland World Heavyweight Champion, the Irish Grappler, Jonny McIlroy. And what about next? Are you ready for another champion to be paraded out here at Belfast? We're going to get on with it. Next up, we have the NXG Junior Heavyweight Championship. NIPW prides itself in developing the very best young talent in the island, and so a title was created to identify the very best of that young talent. On the 29th of the 2023, the NXG Junior Heavyweight Championship was born. So please welcome your 8th NXG Junior Heavyweight Champion, weighing in at 11.5 stone and fighting out of Bangor, Northern Ireland. He is your reigning NXG Junior Heavyweight Champion. He is the Bangor Beauty, Ben Nelson.
My style is ridiculous. If you see us in the club, we'll be acting real nice. If you see us on the floor, you'll be watching all night. We ain't here to hurt nobody. So give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Wanna see you work your body. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
Always in the party, everybody put up their hands. I get a half a million.
Well, guys, let's hear it. You can make more noise than that. Let's hear it for Ben Nelson. Ben, what a year 2025 was for you. Listen, it was a year of ups and downs. We'll touch on that a little bit later. But now I just want to know one thing. How does it feel? You finally won the gold. You finally have it over your shoulder as the NXT Junior Heavyweight Champion. What does it mean to you?
Let me tell you, Johnny, it feels fantastic. It feels fantastic. You see, I've worked so hard just to get to this moment, but that doesn't mean the work stops. 2026 is going to be a massive year for NIPW and myself. You see, coming into 2026, I'm the NXT Junior Heavyweight Champion. No one else can change that. And that's the way it's going to stay.
Well, guys, you had it yourself. Your NXT Junior Heavyweight Champion, Ben Nelson. So, guys, that leaves just one more title to have out here. Any fans in here of your captain, Ricky Henry? I don't think he liked that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your final title is the NWF World Championship. A title with prestige and a long history dating back to 1985 America. This title was born to identify the very best young talent, active from 1985 to 1990 with a total of 9 holders. Fast forward decades later and at the other side of the world, that old title come out of retirement and is once again making a legacy and creating an impact for the holder all the way on the other side of the world, Ricky Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your NWF World Champion. From Belfast International Airport, residing in Twinbrook. He is your reigning NWF World Champion. He is the self-proclaimed Vox Populi. He is none other than the Globetrotter, Ricky Henry. Ricky, we all know the storied history now behind this championship. But next week, you're going up against the founder, the master, the guy that created the legacy you're holding over your shoulders, Crusher Crossing. But we'll get to that a little bit later. I've got one simple question right now. What does it mean to you to hold a title as prestigious as the NWF World Championship?
Something funny. Stay quiet while your champ is talking. We're in a nice spot, Royal Avenue, Johnny. But it's a real shame that this plague of inbreds have made it disgusting. But at the end of the day, you're asking how I feel. What does it mean to me? It doesn't matter what it means to me. What it matters is what it means to all these people to have the greatest champ in the history of the NWF right in front of their very eyes. You should all be thanking me on your knees, worshiping the ground I walk on. So I have 2 words for every single one of you. You're welcome.
I don't think he heard you, ladies and gentlemen. Your NWF World Champion, Ricky Henry. Let him hear how you feel. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Your parade of champions for NIPW, the most prestigious titles on this island. The NXT Junior Heavyweight Championship held by Ben Nelson. The inaugural Northern Ireland Tag Team Championships held by the 2 most dominant men on the island, Sage Valentine and Malice. The NWF World Championship held by the youngest active competitor in NIPW, Ricky Henry. And of course, last but certainly not least, the most prestigious title on this island, the Northern Ireland Heavyweight Championship, held by none other than the best young prospect on the land, the Irish grappler, John McCann. Gentlemen, if you could all step forward, raise your titles, and get your photo opportunity. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your champions of Northern Ireland Wrestling. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one thing you'll see here today is the opportunity to sign up to the best pro wrestling school academy here in the island. I'm talking about the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo that is creating stars at an incredible rate. You have your opportunity to sign up today to become a pro wrestler. But guys, don't just hear it from me. In attendance today, we have some of the new wave of talent coming out of the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo, and I'm going to let you hear from them why you should choose the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo. Please welcome the newest trainees of the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo. Gentlemen, thank you very much for taking the time coming here today. Listen, we got a lot of fans in attendance, people watching on YouTube and passing by outside, and there'll be ones here today looking to sign up for pro wrestling. My first thing I want to ask is to introduce yourselves. Adam, if you'd like to start first.
Yes, no problem. My name is Adam Beggs.
Hi, my name's Cormac. I'm brand new.
Thanks very much. My name's Drew Marshall.
My name is Jake Dillon. You may know me as JD Deafhound.
My name is Dylan Clark. I'm a member of the Canaries Airlines.
So guys, I'm going to start off with yourself and a very, very simple question. What made you take the plunge and actually commit and make the decision to sign up and become a pro wrestler?
Well, probably could say the same for all of us, but
Nope, I'll take this one. What? Sit there, look pretty. Been a wrestling fan from I was 6. Watched it as much as I can. I finally seen an opportunity to be able to try it myself. Thought, why not? Make an impact on a lot of places. That's what I intend to do, especially this year.
Well, you heard it from Drew there yourselves. That leads me on to the next one. Adam, saying you were given the microphone so politely there last few nights. Tell me this year, why NIPW?
It's a great question, Johnny. Why NIPW? Well, if you just look at the stuff we're doing at NIPW, it's hard to go anywhere else. You know, you look at the shows they're doing at the end of the year with the end of the breakout series and the show in Bangor. It's great stuff. And you look at the talent we have, like all the champions. It's fantastic. And if you're going to be a part of anything, you want to be a part of the best. So that's why I would choose NIPW.
Awesome. Jake, I'll go to you next. What do you believe the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo offers that nowhere else can?
Well, there's a lot of things. See, you can learn a lot. Like, you can get a lot of good discipline. You can learn discipline from it. And it teaches you how to be more confident in yourself. And going out there, making my debut in that Xmas Battle Royal was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it, and I'm still getting over it. And I can't wait to do more in 2026 because I believe this is going to be the year of the Deafhound.
Now, you didn't get a chance to answer earlier, you were rudely interrupted, but I'll ask you, so what does being a pro wrestler offer in other aspects? So I'm talking about in terms of your mental health, your fitness, your cardio, your social skills. What other aspects in life can pro wrestling help with in training to be a pro wrestler?
well, you can probably tell I probably haven't got the best cardio if you have a look at me. But let me tell you right now, see, working in the ring, training nearly every day of the week, gets that fitness straight through the roof. And you meet all these great guys, you know, and then you meet some not so great guys, looking at Drew over there, but you learn to deal with them in the ring and in your own way. But let me tell you, like, getting out there in front of people really builds the confidence as well. I'm able to do things in that ring I never thought I'd be able to do, and that has really boosted me up through the roof.
Great answer. Well, guys, there you hear it from the trainees yourself. The Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo is now accepting applicants. If you want to be trained by the very best, if you want to follow your dreams and become a pro wrestler, whether you're a kid, a young adult, or even an adult, there is space for you and you can be trained to live your dreams. What I'm going to do and finish off, boys, it's important that we show people here wrestlers at every aspect of their career. You have to be put in the spot at some time. So here's what I'm going to do. 20 seconds with each of you. I want you to look at that camera, starting with you, Drew, since you were so eager to speak. I want you to look at that camera and tell us what the future holds for Drew Marshall.
Thanks very much, Jonny. This year is going to be a year of dominance. I had enough sitting on the sidelines and watching, not getting the opportunities that I know I deserve. What's going to happen is I'm going to start piling up bodies.
Jake?
See, 2026, this is the start. It's only the beginning of the Death Hound's reign of terror. I'm going to run this place, and I'm going to take over the NIPW dojo and make it the Hound's Pound.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for JD Death Hound. Yourself, look at that camera and tell us what the future holds.
If you were there at the Xmas Rumble, you witnessed the debut of the most powerful, aggressive wrestler this company's going to see in a long time. 2026 will be the year of absolute power and aggression. Big things are coming to NIPW this year.
Dylan, yourself.
Well, 2025 did not go as planned, let's put it lightly. I have suffered devastating losses, but here's the thing. That's going to change because in 2026 is new year, new me. I'm going to turn that L into a W because I didn't work hard to take losses. No, I work my ass off to take wins. I'm going to make sure not only going to do my captain, Ricky Henry, proud, I'm going to make the entire Canaries Airlines proud.
Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, your next wave of talent coming out of the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo. Gentlemen, stand up, look at the camera, and get your shots. Ladies and gentlemen, give them applause, give them a big round of applause. Your future talent coming out of the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo. Everybody knows the story between Jolene and Mitch Baxter, how it ended last year. If you don't, we're going to talk about it, but here's a little package to fill you in on what happened.
As for you and the GM, you are out of here!
Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen it in Bangor at the end of the year. Jolene, after almost a full year of being tortured by the GM Mitch Baxter, finally got his revenge and retired him as GM. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome at this time, people of Belfast, make one hell of a noise for the pink and black attack, Jolene!
Two. Oh, here we go.
Well, how do you feel about Belfast for our first live podcast?
Oh, I love it. It feels great to be here in Belfast, right in the city centre. Belfast gives me, yeah! Yeah, what a lovely setup you have, Johnny. This is fantastic.
Only the best for yourself, my
Oh,
friend.
is this my birthday special, is it?
It isn't.
Oh, thanks very much, mate.
Happy 50th call. Listen,
cheek.
we got a lot of new people in here today, so we do. For anybody that's maybe joining us for the first time, really quick, run us back to last year, the feud with the former GM Mitch Baxter. How did it start? And bring us through to how it ended.
How did it start? Well, coming into 2025, as you know, Johnny, I was a referee for NIPW, the best ref in Northern Irish wrestling. Can I get a woo? But my heart belonged to the wrestling, so it did. I always aspired to be a wrestler, so I thought I'd give it another go. I was start and stop. And then I went up against the Harbinger of Strangford, Halfdan. He kicked my ass so bad, I thought I won the match. But it lit a fire under me, Johnny. So I trained hard and came back as myself, as Jolene. So I did. I won the inaugural Battle Royal. So I did when I came back for a shot at the NXT Junior Heavyweight Championship against former champion Jordan Nelson. I lost the match. And when I lost the match, the general manager of NIPW at the time was Mitch Baxter. He came out and he fired me.
I think the people of Belfast should know when you hear the name Mitch Baxter, you automatically go, boo. So let's try that, Belfast. Mitch Baxter? Listen, we don't have to worry about him anymore because you got rid of him in Bangor. I'm pretty sure I seen him selling the big issue just down the road there, so we don't have to worry about it any longer. But Joe, tell me how it felt to get that victory and send him packing.
Oh, it felt absolutely amazing. There's nothing I wanted more than to smash his head in, and I did it, and I did it well. And thank you for the assist, man. You know, not many people can hit an elbow drop off the top rope with a Christmas tree, but here we are today.
Well, listen, I want you to do me a favour. You wrestled a lot last year, but a lot of time people didn't know that it was you wrestling. I want you to hold up that mask for me real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the mask of Chow. Joe, I'm going to ask you a few questions relating to Chow. First of all, how did the idea come about?
The idea for Chow came about, obviously I was sacked, I was fired, but I wanted my job back. So I had to think on my feet, what could I do? How could I pull the wool in over his eyes? You know, slide, comb my way back in the NIPW. And Chow was it. What better way to do it than under a mask and in disguise?
Well, sticking on the topic of Chow, I have to ask now, maybe you can tell me I could be wrong here. It seemed to me like the plan was originally just for Chow to be a quick gimmick to hide your identity until you could strike at the right opportunity. But it seems to me that Chow has become somewhat of a cult hero in Northern Ireland wrestling due to the dedication and commitment you put into that character. Is that something you were expecting?
Not at all. I expected Chow to be a one and done, but the longer it went on, I think, you know, the more the fan follow developed for him. I'm very, very proud of what we did with Chow, and we will continue to put Chow forward for NIPW coming into 2026. Chow will be there. When? I don't know, but he will make an appearance again.
Well, talking of 2026, that's Chow. I want to talk about Jolene. What does 2026 hold? Now that the whole dilemma with Mitch it's gone, it's done, it's in the rear view mirror. Now you can focus on yourself and your own career. What are your plans and goals for 2026?
Plans and goals for 2026. New year, new me. We're not going to go with that. I'm going to be the same pain in the ass for everybody I was in 2025. But the one thing that has eluded me in my wrestling career is a championship. So today, right here in Belfast, I'm going to put every champion in NIPW on notice. Jolene is coming for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Take it, stand up if you want. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Pink and Black Attack, Jolene. Joe, before we call it quits, before you leave us, I've got a wee surprise for you, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, it's this man's birthday today. So, I'm either going to get really embarrassed or you're going to dig me out of a hole. Are you going to sing it to him? Let's go. Happy birthday to you. You truly are a bunch of legends, Belfast. Joe, I see your eyes lighting up. You might know what this is. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the indent of Mitch Baxter's head on that chair. This is the chair you used to end it all. My friend, happy birthday.
You want a shot? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one last time, the Pink and Black Attack, Jolene! Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a quick 5-minute break here. Guys, I know you're going to hear me out in the street. This is Northern Ireland's #1 pro wrestling promotion. Don't be shy, don't walk by. Come on in and give us a try. Northern Ireland Pro Wrestling are in town, live and large. Guys, come on in, meet the stars of Northern Ireland wrestling, get some photos and sign up for yourself to be a pro wrestler. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in 5.
Yeah. faded. Searching for my love in all the wrong places. Word up on the streets is I got a bad reputation. Yeah, I may have true blood, but that was true love. Got a stroke of bad luck everywhere I look. Every time I go right, everything goes wrong. And I self-destruct when I'm close to love. So someone save my soul. Because all my life I've fucked up and I can't deny. I do my best to get it together. Told you once, I've told you a million times. I just can't live like this forever. Yeah, I've been up and down. I've been through hell and back. I've had my share of drama, baby. Please cut me some slack. I know you wanna get through to me, but I am my worst enemy. I may have true blood, but that was true love. Got a stroke of bad luck everywhere I look. Every time I go right, everything goes wrong. And I self-destruct when I'm close to love. Let her rock around, giddy up, here we go. Because all my life I've
To the Northern Ireland Pro Wrestling Shockwave Podcast. Guys, just ready for the next part of the show? That was pitiful. Guys, I said, are you ready? Well then, guys, with no further ado, how about we start running down the card for next Sunday? First of all, straight out of the bat, we have an intriguing match. You have Jordan Nelson, the righteous man, going up against one of the newest graduates from the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo, none other than Keith Crow. Guys, we're going to get Jordan out here first, so without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, introducing none other than the righteous man fighting out of Bangor, Northern Ireland, Jordan Nelson.
Hey. More footwork, give it to them, give it to them, give it to them. More footwork, more passion, more energy, go up to, more energy, more action, more footwork. Hey, hey, oi, 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 oi. Give it to them, music, give it to them, give it to them, give it to them.
Say cut the music. You see, nobody says anything with any conviction here. Nobody. Everyone comes out say this is going to be my year. Nobody says it and wants it to happen. Nobody wills it into existence. But that's what I am going to do here today. This podcast is going to be about me. The one thing that you will remember after this is the fact that not the righteous man, Dead Gorgeous is here, and he's here to take over. You see, you may be thinking that I've had a bad year. Maybe, you've lost a couple of times. I was the righteous man because you've made me the righteous man. Everything that you wanted out of me, I tried to give back. I tried to give back to each and every single one of you. But you spat it back out at me. None of you accepted what I wanted to give to you. So you know what? What's happening now is you're going to get the most outrageous, despicable human being that you've ever met in your life. You're going to get the most gorgeous man on planet Earth. He's going to take over. He's going to take every single championship that is given to him. If you put me in the ring with John McCann, he's going down. If you put me back in the ring with my little brother, he's going down. You put me in the ring with some random mystery tag team partner, I'll take those tag team championships. But now, you let me get myself onto Keith Crow, a man that I know nothing about. Absolutely nothing. He's shown me nothing in his first two matches. What am I supposed to do with that, huh? What am I supposed to big up? Keith Crow. What is he? Who is he? I don't care. The only thing that he's going to be is a stepping stone to start my year off strong. There isn't anything that's going to stop me from demolishing him with 1, 2, 3.
If you'd like to take a seat, Jordan, thank you. Listen, obviously you're fired up, but I've got a few questions for you if you don't mind. Listen, I want you to look back in 2025. What exactly was that year for you? How do you feel it went? Can you give me an assessment of 2025 for Jordan Nelson?
2025 was a year of being held down by the establishment in NIPW. No matter what I did, no matter what I wanted to do, I was told no. But you know what I did? I went elsewhere. I went to America. I went to England. I went to Portugal. And what did I do? I won championships. But again, I'm being held down by the establishment because I can't come out with said championships. Because I am the man that runs this place. I am the main event. I am the golden boy.
Well, listen, you come out here and you obviously have a bit of chip on your shoulder. You mentioned them titles, not bringing them out, but I have to ask you this question because it could explain a lot. Listen, we go back to last year. You were the big man in the family. You had the titles, you had the gold. Then, come the end of the year, and now you're sitting here with no titles, and your brother is the one riding the high momentum. Do you feel that this is a must-win match for your career?
It is a must-win match. I'll not put it past you. It is. Everything to start the year off is riding on this. But let me tell you something. There isn't a damn thing that this Keith Crow is going to be able to do to stop me from getting my hand raised.
Well, listen, you said it yourself, what you know about Keith Crow. Absolutely nothing. Question, is that wise? Should you not learn your opponent?
You see, no matter who I get put in the ring with, no matter who comes across, I'm always prepared for everything. There isn't anyone that steps in across that ring for me that will ever put me on edge.
Well, that's big words, but I have to say, your opponent on the day, Keith Crow, sure as hell knows a lot about you. That's mainly down to the amount of tape he has to study on you. But listen, talking about tape, we've got a video package from your opponent, Keith Crow, to play right now.
So, on January 18th, in NIPW Shockwave, it's going to be Keith Crow versus Jordan Nelson, and that is absolutely fine by me. In fact, what an opportunity this is that has fallen into my lap on my singles debut here in professional wrestling. I know all about you, Jordan. You are a former NXG junior heavyweight champion here in NIPW. That is a huge mountain for me to overcome. But do not think for 1 second that that strikes any type of fear into my heart or into my mind. I don't fear it, Jordan. In fact, I'm looking forward to it. All I know is Jordan Nelson is neither righteous enough nor gorgeous enough to overcome the hatred which I keep in my heart for this world. So do your best to prepare for this, Jordan. And I'll see you on the 18th.
Jordan, before I give you the opportunity to respond to that, you might as well do it face to face. So I'm going to introduce now your opponent for next Sunday at Shockwave. From the deepest, darkest, most depraved depths of Dungiven, none other than Keith Crow. Remember the rules, guys. Keep it civil. Keith. Gentlemen, you'd like to take a seat. Jordan, you heard what Keith had to say there. Keith, welcome. Before we get some questions for yourself, Jordan, what would you like to respond to Keith Crow and what he said in that clip?
I think you said a whole lot of nothing. I think I want you to tell me face to face what you're going to do to me. If you're that much of a man, show me.
I don't think I have to tell you what I'm going to do. I'd just rather show you next Sunday at Shockwave.
Well, guys, that's next Sunday at Shockwave. If you don't mind, we're going to leave the action to then. But that doesn't mean we can't get to the meat and bones of it right now. Keith, I want to bring you back to 2025. What a year. Listen, you've only had 2 matches so far. One was a rumble, the other was a gauntlet. Your debut, and you won that gauntlet match against Halfdan. What did that mean for you and your career?
Winning that gauntlet match against Halfdan was an incredible achievement. Let's not sugarcoat it. It was monumental. But I also recognize that there's a difference between taking on a wrestler of that caliber at the end of a gauntlet match and facing another former junior heavyweight champion in Jordan Nelson in a straight-up singles match. It's going to be an uphill task. I recognize that. I know how good he is, but I believe in my own abilities, and I will get this job done, and I will prove to you that this is not a joke. I am not a joke, and I'm here to stay.
Well, Keith, this is only going to be your 3rd match in NIPW. It's going to be your first singles match. And to touch on something that you said there about the caliber of opponent in Halfdan. Listen, talking about a caliber of opponent, we don't have to like Jordan's words, but this is one of the greatest competitors to ever come out of the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo, succeeding all over Europe. Do you think this is maybe one task too many at such an early stage in your career?
Yes.
Absolutely not. I am well aware that Jordan has been everywhere, all over the UK, to America. He's wrestled all over the world and to great success. But to me, that puts me at an advantage. You said it yourself, Jonny. I've had 2 matches. This is going to be my 3rd. The pressure is on Jordan to beat me. He's going to be fighting a rookie, near enough seasoned veteran that he is. He has to beat me.
Well, I want to touch on something that you said to me earlier on, that, and you said it again there, that Jordan Nelson's never faced anybody like you before. Well, listen, we've seen you twice already, but this is the first time we're hearing from you. So, Keith, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to put you straight on the spot. What makes you different from everybody else, and who is Keith Crow?
Keith Crow is the product of a lifetime of being sidelined, a lifetime of being pushed to the side and used for everyone else's benefit. This is my time now. I've come to professional wrestling to show everyone that I am not to be used. I am here to do the using. I'm here to be the best that I can be by any means necessary.
Well, Jordan, you said at the start that you didn't know too much about your opponent. You know a little bit more now. Have you anything you'd like to respond to Keith Crow?
Keith, you talk about being sidelined. Everybody gets sidelined. Everybody in their whole life always has these obstacles that they have to overcome. You're no different than anybody else. You're no different than anybody else I've stepped in the ring with. And you're going to get stepped on, and you're going to get sparked out, just like everybody else that I've stepped in the ring with. Now, recently you may look at me and say, oh, you've come off a load of losses. Yeah, but you know what? Each and every single one of them has went on to do better things. They're better because they've been in the ring with me. So you shouldn't be saying, you should be thanking. You should be thanking every single person in NIPW to put you in the ring with me, because you're going to go from here to here.
I recognize that this is a fantastic opportunity for me, Jordan. I really do. When I shock the world again and defeat another one of NIPW's greatest former champions, they're not going to have any choice but to give me what I want, which is...
You're not going to beat me. You're not going to beat me. Just like you were lucky against Halfdan. Halfdan had to fight 4 other people.
3 other people.
Well, gentlemen, listen. Before we get to the final statements, Jordan, I'm going to ask you straight up. Last question. You said it at the start, you alluded to it. The 2026, we're going to see a new Jordan Nelson. No more righteous man. Now, I'll be honest. You see, whenever I heard that old music playing when you walked out here, I thought he's back. One half of Dead Gorgeous, the most popular tag team in all of Northern Ireland. One half of the Nelson Boys, the ultimate fan favourite.
Do you know why? I'm going back to Dead Gorgeous. It's because I'm finished. After I take you out, I'm finished with NIPW. I'm done. I've done all that I can here. I'm going to London. I've finished. I'm moving on because I can't stand the calibre that I'm in the ring with. I don't think you're good enough. I don't think you have the stones to face me.
Is anywhere else going to want you when you get beat by a rookie?
I'm not going to get beat. You see, you're looking at the All-Star. You're looking at the Golden Boy. You see, not only have I conquered England, I conquered America. You do not realise what you're in the ring with. And see, whenever it comes to January 18th and you're stepping in the ring with me on my birthday, there isn't anything that a little bitch like you is going to do to stop me from beating you.
Ladies and gentlemen, next Sunday, Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo. Guys, we're keeping it civil. Back off. Back off. Back off, Jordan. Keep it civil. Keep it civil. Keep it civil. Ladies and gentlemen, the 18th next Sunday, Keith Crow versus Jordan Nelson. Give us 2 minutes and we will be back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Northern Ireland Pro Wrestling Shockwave Live Pre-Show Podcast. Are you guys ready to go with the action? Guys, first of all, apologies for any unsavory language, and we were promised and the guys were told that things were not to get physical. But as is pro wrestling, anything can happen, so apologies for that. Listen, guys, we are live and in person here in 2 Royal Avenue, Belfast. If you can hear us passing by outside, come on in and see what Northern Ireland's #1 pro wrestling promotion is all about. Guys, we're also live on YouTube. For anybody watching at home, a big hello, and guys, send those questions in and we will make sure to reply to you. We're going to hear from our correspondent, Keaton Whiteside, with some questions very, very soon. But before that, does anybody want to hear from the tag team champions? Well, ladies and gentlemen, your inaugural Northern Ireland tag team champions have a pre-recorded message, and it's going to play now.
What makes me and my brother different than all the rest? It's because of the bond that we share. It wasn't built in comfort. It was forged in pain and misery and every fight that we survived together. KPK, you want violence? We are violence. So I want you to bring your asses to the Lion's Den Pro Wrestling Dojo to face the best that this country has to offer. And when the dust settles, you'll all know that this is our world.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the inaugural and only Northern Ireland Tag Team Champions. First, he is the enforcer of torture, Sage Valentine, and his partner, the man that makes the mat run red, the terror of NIPW, Malice. Belfast, let's hear it for your tag team champions, Sage Valentine and Malice. Guys, if you'd like, take a seat. Gentlemen, everybody's seen the scenes, the shocking scenes down in Bangor when you won those titles. This man here was your nemesis for such a long time, trying to take you out at every opportunity. But in your hour of need, when you were most desperate and needed a help, this was the guy that came to your aid. This was the monster that came to your aid. I'm going to get to that in a minute, but guys, I'm going to put you on the spot right now because there's something that we've just picked up on, and I don't know if it's been made official yet or if even I've picked this up right. You've said something a couple of times now, you've called this man your brother. Now, the first time you called him your brother, I thought you meant blood brothers, brothers in arms. But I'm going to ask you something else. Is he your actual brother? Because if so, that's shocking.
So everyone, check. 1, 2, check. Hello. Check. Technology. So for everyone wondering if me and Malice are actual blood brothers, yeah, we are. I'm the only man that knows this guy inside and out. And when the chips were down and no one had my back, he had my back. And because of that, we became tag team champions. First ever.
I'm going to just pick up. Listen, it's not often I'm short for words or short of words, but I am now. This is your actual brother. Listen, sorry I've overstepped the mark, but I'm just going to ask you that straight off. What the hell? Bring me back to your childhood. What is your backstory? What, did you knew all along this was your brother?
I don't want to go too deep into it because right now this is about these tag team titles.
But what I will say, Jonny, and what I will say to everybody watching right now, me and Malice, our childhood was filled with misery and pain and violence. And the only thing that kept us together was each other. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Well, listen, thank you for giving me that much. I appreciate it, and I'm not going to pry much further. But I would be remiss in not asking Malice. Just we'll leave it at this, but have you anything to say about this relationship? I figured as much. Well, listen, guys, we're going to move on to arguably the biggest wins of your careers. Bangor, the inaugural Northern Ireland Tag Team Champions, the most prestigious tag team titles on this island. There is no replication of them. So my question is this: what does it mean to you boys to hold them titles as brothers around your shoulders?
As I said earlier, Jonny, it means everything to hold these tag titles. The first ever Northern Ireland Tag Team Champions. That's never been done before in this country, Jonny. And me and my brother Malice are the first ever, and don't forget it.
Bro, just before we go on, is he okay? Because he's freaking out. Right, well, listen, you mentioned them titles, you know about it. You, two of the biggest, baddest, most dominant athletes on this island, two of the most feared competitors in any wrestling ring across the UK, Sage Valentine and Malice. So, in order to find suitable partners, NIPW had to scour the globe to find somebody as mean and menacing and violent as yous. And they landed on KPK, Ahmed and Abu. Guys, before we get on to that, we're going to play a short VT, because these guys had a short message for you.
Baby. You know what I'm starting to realize, Crody? Is that everywhere Bruiser Crody Ahmed made it that popular, everywhere KPK goes, we leave with more titles. It's almost like we attract gold now.
Yeah. Solid championships. Hamale championships. KPK championships. Samjay.
Look here, Malice and Sage. You guys are probably a great tag team. You have to be if you got those Northern Ireland tag titles. But every time we face a great tag team, we beat their ass, take their belts, and we leave them with their pants around their ankles. And by the end of this, we probably gonna have our own little pot of gold, you know what I'm saying? One more thing. There ain't gonna be no handshake after this. No handshake. KBK, we handing an old-fashioned Irish goodbye.
Assalamu alaikum, Benchodo from KPK.
You heard it there. I know you're eager to say a few words about what the men just said, but before we get your reaction from that, I just want to ask you one other question. Listen, I've called a lot of the matches in your guys' career, and one thing that you have had every single match is you were the most violent person in the ring, regardless of who your opponent is. But this time, you're going up against opponents that can match you in violence, intensity, and power. What's the game plan going into that?
Can I just address something before I answer that question? They just said in their promo that everywhere they go, they get gold. Yeah? The pot of gold, Irish pot of gold, yeah? I don't know about you guys, but I didn't see any gold on their shoulders. Am I right? Yeah? But I definitely see gold on our shoulders. Now, to answer your question, me and Malice, the game plan is simple. Dominance, violence, and no mercy. And that's all KPK need to worry about.
Well, listen, we announced it, we said it, the most prestigious tag team titles on the island. But guys, in order to keep them prestigious, it's upon your shoulders to create a legacy to those titles. My question is this: Sage, Valentine, and Malice, what sort of legacy do you want to leave with the Northern Ireland Tag Team Championships?
The legacy that me and my brother Malice want to leave with these Northern Irish Tag Team Championships is a legacy of absolute domination. Because this is our world!
Well, listen, I want to get away from beside this guy here as quick as I can, so we're going to end it there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 30 seconds now to address that camera. They might not be here today, but you can be sure KPK are watching at home. Look at that camera and speak to your first challengers.
KPK, we already put our promo out. We already said what we were going to do. You want violence? We are violence. So get on that plane. Come to NIPW. Come to the Lion's Den Pro Wrestling Dojo. Face the best that this country has to offer. And you know what? We'll just send you packing way back to Canada where you belong.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday 18th of January, Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo, your Northern Ireland Tag Team Champions, Sage, Valentine and Malice, step in the ring against KPK. Gentlemen, thank you. Guys, we're going to go to a quick 10-minute break very shortly because, I freaked out sitting beside Malice there. That is one intimidating individual, I can tell you that. Guys, are you guys all fans of Sage, Valentine and Malice? Are you looking forward to the match against KPK? That's what we like to hear. Guys, as I say, we are live on YouTube and we are taking your questions live at this show. So guys, at this time we're going to get our correspondent here, Keaton, and Keaton is going to ask us some questions live from YouTube. Thank you, Keaton.
Yes, what is the minimum age for trainees?
Say that again?
Dorm Whiteside asked, what is the minimum age for trainees?
The minimum age? The minimum age, what is it? 6? Yeah, our classes start from as young as 6 years old and go all the way up to adult classes. Listen, guys, parents can come along. If you have children looking to take up pro wrestling, the parents can come along. NIPW provides a safe and professional space for all young adults to learn every aspect of pro wrestling. Not just pro wrestling, but life skills as well. So, if you're 6 years or above and you're looking to train as a pro wrestler, the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo is the best and most professional academy on this island. Kids' classes are every Saturday mornings.
And I'm having another comment from Carrigan District Pool League, who asked, is every champion a happy body? Surely this wrestling copper can help with confidence and feeling happier with life.
Does it help with confidence? Yeah, oh, without a doubt. Well, listen, you heard it from the trainees as well. Not just confidence, but and so many life skills that training in pro wrestling can do for your confidence, for your cardio, for your health, for your mental health, for your socializing skills and your networking skills. It's not just learning to become a pro wrestler, it's making you better at life in general.
And Wrestling for Life asks, I'd beat any of those champions. How do I get a crack at the titles?
Say that again, sorry?
Wrestling for Life asks, I'd beat any of these champions. How do I get a crack at the titles?
Well, listen, you take up what the trainee said there. You take up training. You go, you come. Listen, I'm sitting here talking about how great it is and the life skills it can teach you, but you have to be willing to make the work, because you can say what you want about pro wrestling, but it's not easy. There's long roads, there's bumps every night, it's hard on the body, and it takes a lot of mental strength too. It isn't easy, but one thing it is rewarding. So if you want to win championships, if you want to make something of yourself, get to the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo, commit yourself, dedicate yourself, and push yourself further than you never thought you'd go before, and I guarantee you will make it.
And in our last comment, Mary Molly asks, when will we see an all-women's match?
Well, I can't really give away too much at the minute, but I will say this at the risk of losing my job, because I'm scared to speak here, but I have an inkling that there is some really impressive talent, female talent, coming through the ranks at the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo. Listen, we've seen a little glimpse of it in the Rumble Pass there, but I would say at the early, I'm going to go on a guess and say between the start and middle of 2026, I expect to see a first women's wrestling match in NIPW and Championship.
Thank you very much.
Guys, give it up to our correspondent going live from YouTube, Keaton Whiteside. Also, guys, anybody following wrestling content, make sure to follow his channel, Kayfabe with Keaton. Guys, thank you very much. We're going to go to a 10-minute break. Go get yourselves a coffee, mingle, get some photographs with the wrestlers, and we'll be back with the second part of the show. Belfast, thank you very much, and we'll see you in 10 minutes.
Lipstick stains in the carpet, all our clothes in the garden. Everywhere is eating to us. That's my kind of cigarette, his big mouth, dripping gold in the pool house. All laid out for the neighbors to watch. That's my kind of love. Oh my God. Backseat rides at the Emerald City. You make me feel all so pretty. Handcuff me like a dating cop. Fuck my safe word, don't you stop. That's my kind of love. That's my kind of love. That's my kind of love. Lipstick stains in the carpet, all our clothes in the garden. Every day is cosmic to us. That's my kind of just two kids on the highway. Keep on filling the ashtray. They won't know what happened to us. Oh my God. Backseat rides at the Emerald City. You make me feel all so pretty. Handcuff me like a dating
Turn the key, change the course of my life last night. Took a chance, hope that one day I'd see the light. Don't know if it was the right decision, everything feels wrong. But I have to walk down this road to know. Set you free, a part of me died last night. Memories haunt me all the time, this can't be right. Don't know if it was the right decision, time will tell what's wrong. But I have to find out the hard way on my own. Now it's just begun, what's meant to be will come. I know we'll be okay one day. Now what's done is done, I'm taking it one by one, till I have the strength to make my own way. One day. Finally, with the weight bearing down on me. Finally, it took me so long to see that I had to make the right decision, not the easy one. It takes a whole lot of love to give up all you've ever known. Now it's just begun, what's meant to be will come. I know we'll be okay one day. Now what's done is done, I'm taking it one by one, till I have the strength to make my own way. One day, I trust my own intuition. I pray one day I'll find the reason. I'm risking it all.
The fault line's about to blow, and the devil is at my throat. Paved with good intentions, don't you know? I'm staring down a dead end road. Please call the doctor, I just saw a piece of me die. I can't stop the bleed. A stream turns to nightmares right before my eyes. Awake or asleep, the gravity pulls me below, and darkness is all that I know. I'm breaking down and I need some room to breathe. Oh, oh, 'cause the weight of this has got me down on my knees. How the hell did I wind up here? Somewhere between all I know and fear. Caught my reflection in the rearview mirror. My demons are closer than they appear. And I can't remember the last time that I got out, trapped in a machine. The only way out is if I go straight through it now. I'm disintegrated. I'm breaking down and I need some room to breathe. Oh, oh, 'cause the weight of this has got me down on my knees. I think I'm paralyzed, paralyzed. Oh, I think I'm paralyzed, paralyzed. I wanna scream, I need some room to breathe. You can't save me.
Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans of Belfast, welcome back to the Northern Ireland Pro Wrestling Shockwave Live Pre-Show Podcast. Guys, you ready for the next half of the show? Are you ready to see some more champions, some more of Northern Ireland's biggest pro wrestling stars? Well, guys, coming up next, we're going to look at one heck of a match, an intriguing match that's going to take place Sunday 18th, next Sunday at Shockwave. You have one of the most decorated and greatest professional wrestlers to ever lace up the boots on this island. You're talking about Tucker. The Tuck Dog returns to NIPW. But guys, he is going up against an absolute force of nature. This is a guy that come out of the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo looking like the stereotypical pro wrestler built from the ground up. He is big, he is bad, he is mean, and the most powerful man on this island, none other than Samson Law. But guys, to talk about this match, we need some analysis. We need to hear from one of the voices of NIPW. I don't know, we need to hear from one half of the greatest commentary duo in all of Irish pro wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one, the only, the established Rory Burns. Come on, guys, let's hear the one, the only Rory Burns. Make some noise, Belfast! I told you I'd get you a pop, Rory, didn't I? Listen, my friend, thank you for joining me. Take a seat.
Is that any better? There we go. There we go. I will put this over here. John, I just want to say thank you for inviting me on. Glad somebody here just finally realizes who the real talent of the commentary team is. So I do appreciate you. Thank you for extending the offer. I cannot wait.
Rory Enzo wasn't available, so we had to get you. Nobody's complaining about because you're here. I'm only joking, buddy. Listen, we're going to get your analysis, your expert opinion on one of the most intriguing matches coming up at Shockwave. One of the greatest to ever lace up the boots in Tucker, going up against a force of nature. The one-man wrecking crew, Samson Law. What's your views on this match?
This is one for the ages. I mean, I've known Tucker for years, trained under him for a good long while. Is the most experienced, the best wrestler on this island, hands down, no competition. He's done everything, he's been everywhere, and there's just nobody like him in that ring. And I've seen it firsthand, few times, with the training and all, and you got to learn a lot from him. And he has put on the best matches I've seen. But then we've got the other side of it. We've got Samson Law. Like, that man is an absolute monster, a freak of nature. I've seen him toss people I didn't think could be tossed. You know, like they were like a sack of potatoes. So it really comes down to the experience versus the strength side of it, you know.
Guys, anybody join us for the first time? Samson Law is an athlete that you have to see to believe. This is a man that has tossed another human being higher into the air than my head reaches. Over 6 foot. The man is a powerhouse. But Rory, listen, let's get down to the nuts and bolts of it. This is going to be a classic case of experience versus pure, brute, raw strength. Who has the advantage there?
I find it really hard to go against the experience of Tucker. And it's not just the experience of it, it's the technical skill. He outspeeds Samson on every aspect. He's been doing it for far longer. But at the same time, we've seen Samson pull off some incredible feats. Like, went on a massive undefeated streak for the longest while, became champion, and quite frankly, only lost that championship. He didn't get pinned, somebody else did. It was a triple threat match. So he has done some incredible things, and if he can get his hands on Tucker, it's going to be brutal.
Tucker, so what you're saying is Tucker has to keep the space and keep distance between them.
Yeah, he has to keep it quick. He has to keep it Samson off balance and off his game. Samson wants it slow and he wants to hurt you.
Yeah.
Tucker wants to pick things up, to fly through the air, to get people excited and get them on his side, which for the most part they always are.
Yeah.
You know, he's fantastic. I find it hard to go against the experience, but all it takes is one little slip up and Samson to get his big mitts on him.
Well, listen, talking about Samson again there, so I want to take you back to 2025. There was a time where Samson Law was riding a high wave. He was doing phenomenal. He had, at the time, we've already spoke about him. I didn't really want to bring his name up again, but at the time he had Mitch Baxter by his side. And listen, you've seen title wins, but it didn't end great between the two of them, and now Samson Law is on his own. However, as big and powerful as he is, the end of 2026 didn't really go his way. We've seen losses to, albeit the established Andy Roberts, but then also to Tom Patterson as well, a young upstart coming out of the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo.
Yeah.
My question is this: do you feel that this is must-win for Samson Law to get this year off on the right foot?
Oh, 100%. Samson needs this. He has been on a bit of a downturn since, in my opinion, wrongly attacking the phenomenal Mitch Baxter. You know what there? Like, again, Mitch is somebody I came up with through training. I had my first match with Mitch and I haven't recovered from it since. But Mitch was the brains behind it, and he kept Samson focused.
Yeah.
Samson needs to find something to get that focus back.
Then there's other aspect of it as well. You look at everybody knows Tucker's name, WWE experience,
Yeah.
the NXT UK, all over Europe, all over the world. One of the biggest name to come out of Northern Ireland in the most modern times. How important is it for Tucker to be active on this roster or on this island and competing in the promotions in Northern Ireland? And even if Samson Law loses, can he still take a lot of experience away from this match with Tucker?
I mean, honestly, it's a win-win for Samson regardless. If he wins, and that's great for him. If he loses, he's been in the ring with the best wrestler this country has produced. And he's going to learn a lot. Won't he? May have to learn it the hard way, but he's going to learn it. That's a guarantee. But, yeah, Samson he'll take a win or he'll take a learning experience. And it's one or the other.
We're sitting there and we're talking about the sheer raw strength and power of Samson Law.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about Tucker as well. This guy is an absolute beast.
Oh, absolutely yoked.
I'm pretty sure he's almost 0% body fat. Like, he is like chiseled from stone. So he has raw power himself.
Oh, he does. He does 100%. But he doesn't have any power to compete with Samson. What he does have is a wild kick on him.
Yeah.
Like, that super duper kick, I will come out of nowhere and take Samson's head clean off. If Tucker can reach that high, of course, but we've seen Tucker fly, he can reach that high.
Yeah.
Of course he can.
Well, listen, I want to get a couple of wee thoughts from you here as well. So I'm going to ask you a few little attributes and who you believe has the upper hand in each of them. So for
Sure.
example, in speed, who has the upper hand with speed?
Tucker, hands down.
Tucker?
Mhm.
I'm going with Tucker, I would agree with that. In terms of fan support and getting the fans in-house behind them, who has the advantage?
Again, it's going to have to be Tucker. I mean, you've seen him. He's round the world, WWE. He is famous at this point, if you're completely honest. And yeah, like, even whenever I first started seeing the promotions here, he was the big dog. And he was getting the crowds in.
And what about power?
Oh, power. You're joking?
Yeah, Samson
That's
Law.
Samson Law, of course it is.
Who has the most grit and fortitude? Who has that bit in them that when they dig down deep at their worst moment can pull out a win out of nowhere? Surely that has to be Tucker.
It is Tucker. And I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember whenever Tucker blew his knee out and he was out for 2 years. I was there when that happened. I seen it and it was horrible. But Tucker's just got that dog in him, doesn't he? He fought back from what should have been a career-ending injury, 100%. And I was there when he returned, and that pop that he got whenever his music hit, people were so happy to see him, and he just clawed his way back from a career-ending injury back to the top of the ladder straight away. And the amount of times that you think against people that should be winning against him, and he looks down and out, he gets that second, third, fourth, fifth gear in him, and just takes off.
Well, you're somebody, listen, the reason you're sitting here giving analysis today is because you're a wealth of knowledge in this and you know a lot about the top dog as well.
Mhm.
My question to you is this: can you think of a bigger opponent that Tucker has faced in recent times?
Oh, that is a good one. Now, that's the thing. Tucker has, around the world, massive people. Obviously, if we think about back in WWE, we had that incredible match against Tyler Bates for one. But in recent times, I don't think there's anybody quite as dangerous as Samson is.
Yeah.
You know? And all I say, all it takes for one moment for Samson to get his hands on you. It's going to be a tough one for Tuck.
Well, we'll bring it to an end here in a wee second, but another question I want to ask you.
Mhm.
We talk about winners, but my question is, who has the most to lose in this match?
I think Samson does. Samson has the most to lose. I mean, Tucker's established. Like again, if Tucker loses at the same time at the level he's at, well, it's going to take a hit in his confidence, obviously. But you know, Samson's got a point to prove. As I said, you know, that he can do this by himself without the help of Mitch Baxter. He needs this win to show I can take out the top guy, and you should be scared of me if you're not already.
Well, listen, if he beats Tucker then straight away at 2026, that shoots him straight at the top of the pecking order.
100%.
Listen, the question that I'm sure everybody's wanting to know the answer to, your expert opinion. Come next Sunday, the 18th of January, at the end of the match, who has their hands raised?
I don't think that's fair, really, you know. I don't think that's fair. I'm here to call the match, not to speculate. I'm going to call what happens. But for an educated guess, just for the pure experience, the pure speed, and the pure talent of him, I would have to say it's Tucker. And I hope Samson's not watching this, because I'll be maybe not commentating for too much longer, tied up in a hospital bed somewhere up there. But at the same time, all it takes is just for Tucker to slip up once, and Samson's going to make him pay.
Well, that's my opinion. Is I think this is Samson's day. I think this is going to be the match that elevates Samson Law to the next level.
Here,
Really
I hope it does. I would be more than happy to see Samson get his hand raised at the end of this, because it is just going to skyrocket him 100%.
Absolutely. Well, listen, thank you very much for taking the time here today. Ladies and gentlemen, next Sunday, Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo, NIPW, Northern Ireland's #1 pro wrestling promotion, presents Shockwave, an intriguing match of experience versus raw, brute strength and power. Samson Law versus one of the very best this island's produced in Tucker. That's going to be next week. Tickets are sold out, as we are the #1 promotion in town. However, keep an eye on all socials to get tickets for your next show. Rory, thank you very much for taking the time. Ladies and gentlemen, one half of the greatest commentary team in all of Irish wrestling, Rory Burns.
Johnny, absolute pleasure as always, sir.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, straight on to the next match that is going to be in the card next Sunday. We're talking about one of the most prestigious titles in this country. None other than the NXG Junior Heavyweight Championship. That is held currently by none other than Ben Nelson. But he's up against one of the most decorated guys to come out and one of the best talents to come out of the Lions Den Pro Wrestling Dojo. None other than the Ultimate Smick, Stevie Fee. Guys, we're going to hear from Stevie first, so please, without any further ado, please welcome from the mighty G-Town, this is Stevie Fee. That's right, guys, from the mighty G-Town, he is the winner of the Diamond Sean Dale Cox. He is the holder of the Kendo Nagasaki Sword of Excellence and the #1 contender to the NXG Junior Heavyweight Championship. None other than the Ultimate Smick, Stevie Fee. Stevie boy, take a seat, my friend. Listen. That one doesn't like you. Hold on, try this one.
Hello. What's happening?
The Ultimate Smick, Stevie Fee. Stevie, listen, we'll get straight into it, mate. First of all, before we get you the match next Sunday, we're going to talk about 2025 for Stevie Fee. You only thought 2024 was a big year for you. You surpassed even that in 2025. You look back now with the benefit of hindsight. How do you feel 2025 went for the Ultimate Smick, Stevie Fee?
See, to be honest, I think 2025 could have went better for Stevie Fee. Well, let's start with the NXG Championship. Now, I said in 2025 I would win the NXG Championship. Now, did I win the NXG Championship? No. That's because I didn't fight for the NXG Championship.
Well, what's different this time? Because you said it before, you've had 2 cracks at it in the past, you didn't come out successful, but this time you're rejuvenated. You've got the energy, you've got the momentum on your side. What's different this time that's going to make you take the title home?
Believe it or not, this time I'm even more hungry and even more determined. And Ben Nelson, I'm going to make an example out of you, son.
Well, let's talk about Ben Nelson then, shall we? Because at the end of the day, this is a guy who had his ups and downs in 2025, okay? But he ended the year with the biggest victory of his lifetime, lifting that championship. We all seen it, we all cheered it, and he has done a hell of a job as champion. What's your views on Ben Nelson as an opponent and as the holder of one of the most prestigious belts in Northern Ireland wrestling?
To be honest with you, Johnny, I think Ben's the worst champion we've had.
Elaborate?
Well, isn't it clear?
I don't think so.
Well, look at the way he won the championship. Let's be honest. The only reason why that match for that contract was made was because Stevie Fee wasn't in the country to fight for the NXG Junior Championship. You know it, Johnny. We all know it.
Well, listen, you talk about the way that he won that title. At the end of the day, listen, he stepped foot in a 4-way match, an instant title challenge match, and he walked out victorious. And he didn't do anything that nobody in that position has ever done before. He's seen his opportunity in the same night, and he took it. You might look down on that, but I think that deserves all the respect in the world. But listen, let's just get straight to it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to introduce now the NXG Junior Heavyweight Champion, fighting out of Bangor, Northern Ireland, weighing in at 11.5 stone. Please welcome out to the arena now, none other than the Bangor Beauty, Ben Nelson.
My style is ridiculous. If you see us in the club, we'll be acting real nice. If you see us on the floor, you'll be watching all night. We ain't here to hurt nobody. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Wanna see you work your body. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
Just
time. Listen, Ben, you've heard Stevie no doubt talking there, but before we get on to Stevie, your opponent on Sunday, we're going to talk about 2025. Listen, what an end to the year it was for you. You had your ups and downs throughout the year, but you ended the year in big fashion, lifting that title, the NXT Junior Heavyweight Championship, and finally, you have that prize over your shoulder. What's going through your head, and what did that moment mean for you?
Sorry, can I just say one thing first before Ben gets started? Ben, kid, what are those?
Something you can afford. So back to you, Johnny. 2025 was massive for me. See, not many people realise, but I started off the year fighting for this title, and I ended it with it in my hands. So, 2025 as a whole, I lost my brother. He decided to go through some sort of phase and think he's better than everybody else. And, you know, they usually do that when they're about 16, not
You know he's not better than?
Not 27, like, so.
He's not better than me.
Now, guys, we'll keep it simple. We'll let each other answer. We'll let each other answer your questions.
He will. He'll do what he's told.
Well, listen.
Just you remember who's older, kid.
Guys, let's keep it simple. You said it yourself, okay? You
Just
stepped away from your...
2 seconds, Johnny. Who do you think you're talking to, you absolute fish? You little clumpet. Who do you think you're talking to? You're talking to the NXT Junior Heavyweight Champion.
This kid here? Where did
That's
you go
exactly
across
who you're
those,
talking
kid?
to.
Sit down. See if I stand up, you can put
Listen
down.
here, Unc. I'm 18 years old. I'm standing on top of the mountain.
18?
You're 27.
18?
You're halfway through your age.
I'm all scalp you like a man.
I will. Will you? Let's go then. Let's go then.
Just a kid. Just remember, you're going to be in there with one of the big boys now, son.
Boys, sit down. We're going to do this civilly.
Come on, man. I'm the champion. Not you, Stevie. I'm the champion.
Lads, guys, can we get a wee bit of help in here and take us apart, guys? Take us apart. I'm not getting involved in that. Guys, you were told that this was going to be civil. Take them back. Ladies and gentlemen, next Sunday, the 18th of January, the NXT Junior Heavyweight Championship is on the line, and you better be damn sure that this just got personal. The challenger, the ultimate smack, Stevie Fee, against your reigning, defending NXT Junior Heavyweight Champion, the Bangor Beauty, Ben Nelson!
You see, you just saw there, Stevie Fee is classless. Ben Nelson is nothing but class.
Security, do you want to do your job and get this over? Yeah? Guys, I just say Northern Ireland's #1 pro wrestling promotion where anything can happen. We apologise for any unsavoury scenes, but hell, sometimes it just gets personal. You guys looking forward to the NXT Junior Heavyweight Championship next week? Guys, that was pathetic. I said, are you guys ready for the NXT Junior Heavyweight Championship? No, we're sucking diesel. Guys, that will be next Sunday. As I said, we are sold out, but it will become available on YouTube. Keep in touch with all our socials for upcoming shows. But guys, as we say, we are live. Anybody passing by in the street outside, don't be shy, come on in and give us a try. Northern Ireland's #1 pro wrestling promotion, NIPW. We are also live on YouTube. Guys watching at home, a big hello live from 2 Royal Avenue, Belfast. We're going to get our correspondent over one more time, Keaton Whiteside, with some questions live from YouTube.
Thank you very much, Donny. So we've got some comments coming in here. Wrestling for Life asks, this is like the set of Jerry Springer, only more misfits.
Say that again a wee bit slower, mate.
Wrestling for Life says, this is like the set of Jerry Springer, only more misfits.
This is like the set of Jerry Springer. Well, let me tell you one thing. Jerry Springer ended with a bang because it couldn't keep up your reputation no longer. NIPW is hectic, it is mayhem, it is anarchy, it is everything you want to see in a pro wrestling promotion. You say it's like Jerry Springer, I say hell no. Jerry Springer was Trash TV. This is Northern Ireland's #1 pro wrestling promotion, and you better put some respect in your lips.
Couldn't agree more. Tony Begley says, could we see NIPW outside of Belfast or in the south of Ireland?
Say that again, sorry?
Tony Begley says, could we see NIPW outside of Belfast or in south of Ireland?
Tony, great to have you commenting there, mate, and it's one of the best referees in all of Ireland as well, and the youngest. Listen, Tony, you better be damn sure you're going to see a lot of NIPW. The South, I'm not too sure about. I haven't heard too much about that, but you can be sure that we have big plans for 2026. We're going on the road, Corrie, Duff, Belfast, wherever the wind may bring us. We're getting a trailer, and we're doing it all ourselves. So, NIPW is going on the road in 2026, and you can be damn sure you can see us at a town near you very, very soon.
Many can't wait for it. NIPW, Northern Ireland's #1 pro wrestling promotion without a doubt. Now, Mighty Molly asked, who is this guy? Righteous man, dead gorgeous. Get him back into the ring, into the tag team event, because only way to get gold is by your brother carrying you.
Well, listen, that's big words, and I would say it's easy to say whenever you're not standing beside the two men themselves. Listen, both men would probably agree with the same point, but everybody loved Dead Gorgeous. They were one of the most popular and over tag teams in all of Northern Ireland pro wrestling and all of Northern Irish wrestling. But like most tag teams do, whether brothers or not, you have to pave your own path. And them two boys have seen championship gold over each of their shoulders now. Listen, I really hope we see the return of Dead Gorgeous one day. But right now, I'm looking forward to seeing the momentum that these two guys are riding in their singles career.
And the last comment we'll have in from Wrestling Insider asks, can everyone send a petition to keep 2 Royal Avenue open?
Guys, listen, whenever I was walking out here today, if I can just sidetrack here for a wee second, and that was a very good question. This venue here, anybody watching, anybody passing by outside, this venue may be our first time here, but this has been a historic venue and a great contribution to the community here in Belfast, offering so many activities and safe spaces. The fact that places like this are closing down is an absolute travesty. It's the last great spaces in Belfast where everybody can come and mingle. So guys, anybody in attendance, even if you've no interest or not from the town, there is a petition over here. I ask each and every one of you, even production, everybody, go over after this and put your name on that sheet and sign the petition, because the more places like this stay open to Royal Avenue, Belfast, the better every community will be.
Well, that was our last comment there. Thank you, Johnny.
Guys, let's hear it one more time for Keaton Whiteside. Guys, we're going to go to another 10-15 minute break here, and we'll be back with the final part. We're going to hear from a few more matches, including all the way from America, the founder of the NWF, the former 5-time NWF World Champion, none other than Crusher Crossan. We're also going to be hearing from Ricky Henry as well, amongst others. So guys, we'll see you back here 10-15 minutes. I will ask one more time, if you have nothing to do for that time, please go and speak to these guys here and sign the petition. It would mean the word. Thank you.
I'm gonna show you what I do and if you know what I mean. One by one against, give me the name. Are you shining pretty? Never will ruin the game. You hold all the keys till the chain shouldn't hold you. I know you heard me, I'll fucking tell you. All does not mean dead. New does not mean best. No hard feelings, I'm tired of being right about everything that's said. Yours does not mean mine. Kill does not mean die. We are not your kind. No excuses, I challenge you to all a fucking lie. Drop that shit and put it on a pedestal. Children are afraid of the gods. Raise your hands and show me what's impossible. That makes us even never tell me the odds. What a bore, getting stuck in a metaphor. I don't wanna go to sleep. I need a breakdown quick and negotiation. Get it all together and remember to say stop. Give it a 3, I'm gonna show you what I do and if you know what I mean. Drive by violence, more of the same. I can see where you're going and I'm really ashamed. Do you think when you act or just act like you're thinking? I gotta know now, you better tell me. All does not mean dead. New does not mean best. No hard feelings, I'm tired of being right about everything that's said. Yours does not mean mine. Kill does not mean die. We are not your kind. I challenge you to all out We are gathered here today to get it right. Repeat after me. I will not celebrate mediocrity. I will not worship empty shells. I will not listen to worthless noises. I will not subject myself to selected predictable choices. My time, my attention, my quality should not be bought and sold for convenience's sake.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final part of the Northern Ireland Pro Wrestling Shockwave pre-show podcast. Guys, as we say, we are live here in number 2 Royal Avenue, Belfast. Are you guys still with us? Guys, coming up next, as we said, we're going to have lots of some surprises in this show, and coming up next, we have one hell of a surprise for you. Please welcome out at this time none other than the king of colour, the man of 1,000 jackets. He is the greatest entertainer, Chris Mercer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the king of cover. The man of both those jacket, the greatest entertainer, Chris, my friend, have a seat, please. Thanks for having me, Johnny. Thank you very much for joining us. Listen, before we get to it, a few questions for you, mate. We might as well talk about it. You're a man that has been here since day one. You have been here from the very beginning. It was a different place back then. Fast forward to today, and here we are doing live media events, fan interaction events, and shows like Shockwave. What does it mean for NIPW to be able to evolve the way it has?
Well, first of all, Belfast, how are you? Thank you very much for having me, Johnny. So NIPW has been on a whirlwind journey. I think it's grown from strength to strength. And back whenever I joined, it was NXG. So I can say I'm one of the OGs in regards to being on that journey with NIPW. It is fantastic to be here today. I think today is just really a testament in terms of how far NIPW has come, and just really how effective NIPW has been in regards to flying the professional wrestling banner in this part of the world. So yeah.
Well, what is it, in your opinion, to you, what is it that makes NIPW the #1 promotion here in Northern Ireland? What sets us apart from anybody else?
Well, because they have the greatest entertainer to ever cross a stage in professional wrestling. No, not just me. It's not just about me, although if anyone's watching live, look at the sparkle in that jacket. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, limited edition, one of a kind. But I think it's really just the quality of talent that the promotion has, from out the back in production, right through to the wrestlers, the stories that are being produced. I think just overall, it's a real team effort, and it has been a real grassroots promotion from the very get-go, and it has the best talent right from the juniors right through to the top of the card in regards to the champions, you know, the likes of John McCann, Sage Valentine, the list goes on, you know, in terms of the quality talent that we have.
Well, listen, so much talent, not only active at the minute, but also coming through the academy as well. But listen, we'll talk about why we're here. Next week, NIPW presents Shockwave, the first show of 2026. What's your views on the card, and what do you expect to be match of the night?
Well, I mean, calling your first show of the year Shockwave, like, wow, it really has to set out a ripple into the professional wrestling industry, and I think it really is set to do that. I mean, the card is stacked from top to bottom. You have, you know, wrestlers that are up and coming, that are hungry, that are looking to really upset the status quo, right through to the veterans that are still around trying to cement their legacy within Northern Ireland and within professional wrestling. So I think this card really has it all. But there has been a lot of information shared today, and it is Shockwave, so you know there is still some surprises to come. So it's going to be a very exciting show. I know it's sold out, but you know if you're one of the lucky ones that has the ticket to be there, I can definitely confirm that you're going to go home happy and pleased, because it's set to send a shockwave into the industry.
Well, listen. We talked about that, that's great to hear, but I've also been told in my ear that you're not out here for no reason whatsoever. You're out here actually for a reason. I don't know what it is, but apparently you have an announcement to make. So here's what I'm going to do. This is on you, mate, so I'm going to take myself off screen, and I want you to make this announcement to the NIPW fan base and the rest of the world.
Well, I mean, if I'm the man in the chair, I might as well be in the main chair, like, you know. So let me just take a wee seat in the middle here, and you know, to be the entertainer, you have to be the center of every show, and you have to keep yourself relevant. And I know that recently NIPW has had a vacancy that's came out. I know Mitch Baxter didn't have a really good Christmas. Quite an upsetting night at home, I believe. But the entertainer is a man of many talents, and I do like to keep the journey going and challenge myself. So a vacancy came up and I applied for it. So I can officially announce that NIPW's Shockwave event will see the appearance of their new general manager, the one, the only, the entertainer, Chris Mercer. And to be the most entertaining general manager in professional wrestling history, you need to come with some tools in your toolkit, and you need to book some memorable matches. So I think, hold on. I think I'm going to hold that one just here for now. But message to everyone in the back, there can only be one real person that leads the company. There can only be one real person that is in charge, that can take control. And that man in NIPW is the one, the only, the entertainer, Chris Mercer. So YouTube, Belfast, and beyond, are you not entertained?
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it yourself. He is a former NIPW Resolution Heavyweight Champion. He is the man of 1,000 jackets. He is the king of colour. And now, he is the brand new GM of Northern Ireland Pro Wrestling. Please welcome and acknowledge the new GM, Chris Mercer. Chris, thank you.
Sometimes I feel like I need to get away. Stuck in this nightmare, I need to escape. All I hear are voices flying through my head. Gotta think of a reason, 'cause I'm trying to live again. Live again. Got an angel beside me and a devil on my back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And listen, that leaves just 2 matches left for next Sunday. We're going to tackle next the most prestigious title in all of Northern Ireland wrestling. I'm talking about the Northern Ireland World Championship, over the shoulder of the one and only Irish grappler, the most prestigious young talent on this island, and most promising. Guys, before we have him out here, we're going to go to a quick video where I believe John McCann, the Northern Ireland World Champion, is speaking to an absolute legend of the sport.
Right, that'll do you. Time.
Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate the training.
No problem, glad you came over.
So far, I've learned a lot. So I've in and out of the ring, you're a mastermind of the business. But
Good.
one thing's been on my mind since I've been here.
What's that?
Got a big match coming up against Michael May, one of your former students.
Michael May?
Michael.
I thought you jacked in.
No, he's still knocking about. Still knocking
He's
about.
a good wrestler.
He is indeed. That's the issue. He's one hell of a wrestler.
Well, it should be one hell of a match. Where's
Indeed,
it, your hometown or his hometown?
It's my hometown.
Well, you've got a family behind you, so you've got
I do.
extra pressure there.
I do.
Just get in there and do what you've been taught, what you learn. And bring the title back here.
I will.
Good man.
Thank you very much, Marty.
Pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
That's right, guys. That was your Northern Ireland World Champion talking to the one, the only, the World of Sport legend, one of the greatest to ever lace up the boots coming out of the UK, Marty Jones. But we're here to talk about the present and the most prestigious title on this island, the Northern Ireland World Championship. So please welcome at this time, fighting out of Belfast, Northern Ireland. He is a former SIW Academy champion, a holder of a Marty Jones Certificate of Excellence. He is a former NXG Junior Heavyweight Champion. He is the last ever NIPW Resolution Champion and the first and only Northern Ireland World Champion. Please put your hands together and welcome out the Irish grappler, Jonny McIlroy. Thank you for joining me and welcome. Listen, we'll jump straight into it. So we've seen the video there. You talking to the legend that is Marty Jones. Now, to anybody watching on that may be you, that may be a big advantage to you. But what we also know is that your opponent next Sunday, one of the best in the South at the minute, Michael May, is also trained by Marty Jones. Who has the upper hand here? Do you see that being a factor in this match at all?
Now that's the issue between me and Michael May. Me and Michael, we are 50-50 in this contest. It is straight up just whoever comes out of this is the best man. But there's no way of telling who's going to win. He is one of the best from the south. I am one of the best from the north. We're the best technical wrestlers this entire planet has ever seen or witnessed in all of history. This is one of the biggest matches of my career. This defines who is the best technical wrestler on this entire island and on the world.
Not only that, but also who is the brightest prospect on the island as well. Listen, we're going to talk about what you have in your hand there before we talk about the match. Bring you back to 2025. This island was crying out for a title that identified the absolute best in class and professional wrestling in Northern Ireland. And thus, the Northern Ireland World Championship was born, the most prestigious title on this island. What does it mean to you to be the first holder of that title? And what legacy do you want to put on that title?
You see, Johnny, that's what I do. I bring class back to championships. I am the one that gives every single title that you love in this nation, in this island, on this country, the name that it's got. That junior heavyweight championship would not be anywhere where it is today if it weren't for me. That SIW championship would not be anywhere. Would not be anywhere. Resolution. I'm the one that brought back the name. I have brought back titles you haven't seen for years, and I give them prestige because I am the one, I am the prospect that's going to come out of this country on a contract very soon.
Well, listen, you recently, not only in Northern Ireland have you been honing your craft to an excellent level, but you've been doing it all over the UK and Europe as well. We've seen Portugal and Spain and England, you name it. What sort of experience has it given you to be able to go to all these other countries, different cultures and different styles of wrestling? What does that do for you and your game?
As a talent, you want to be the most well-rounded professional wrestler as you can be. That gives you the most upper hand in any match, and that's why I am the champion. I am the best wrestler on this planet in this country. And that's why I won this title. I am the best, not because I've trained for years or I've done so many training sessions. No, I put the time, the effort into working in different places, in places you haven't seen before, in front of crowds I've never seen before, people I've never met before. Spain, Portugal, you name it, I've been there because I want to be the best on this island.
Well, you've been, listen, not only do you tout yourself as the best and future best on this island, but whether we like your actions at times or not, there's no denying that you have been touted to be the best by the best from day one. You are the talent that everybody sees going to big, big places. My question's simple. Obviously, the answer could be no because of what's around your waist now, but do you feel any pressure of those expectations?
I feel tons of pressure. From the day and hour that I walked through the doors of the training school, I was told I would make it somewhere, and every single person that I've met has told me so. And that is a lot of pressure for a kid of 14 who has just walked through the doors and wanted to be a professional wrestler. I'm just like every single one of yous. I went for my dream. I took it by both hands, and I decided, you know what, I'll join up. And look at where I am now. And now that's not saying it's just me that can do that. Every single one of you can too. But you got to go for it. You got to want it. And there's no one on this island that wants it as much as me. There's not a single person.
Well, I don't think there's too many people can argue with that, and I've seen it from my own experience. You're the first one in, the last one out every single day. When people were eating their Christmas dinner and celebrating the new year, you were busting your guts in the ring, so fair play to that. But listen, that's you, that's what's happened so far. Let's move on to Sunday. Yep. Your first big defence against Michael May. Before we get there, I'm actually just hearing in my ear here that there's maybe a video from Michael May, I'm not sure if you're aware, that's been sent in. Am I hearing that right? I believe there's a video from Michael May.
January 18th, Michael May, the technician, Ireland's best technical wrestler, finally arrives in NIPW. NIPW is one of the fastest rising promotions in all of Ireland. And I'm going up against one of the best wrestlers there. The best. Why? Because he is the heavyweight champion. I'm going up against John McCann. And John, I've seen you wrestle many a times. I've been watching you for a very long time. And you fancy yourself a bit of a technician as well. You've actually gone over many times to train with my trainer, Marty Jones. And I saw you over there with him preparing for this match. So I'm glad to see you're taking it seriously. Because I'm taking it very, very seriously. This isn't just me coming up and wrestling a young lad coming up in this business. This is Michael May, the technician, the man whose heart's on fire, is coming to wrestle one of the best wrestlers in the entire UK. So John, please, please be ready. Because I'm ready. And I'm here for a fight.
That was your opponent on Sunday, Michael May. For anybody unaware of Michael May, this guy is one of the most promising aspects coming out of the South. This is going to be arguably the most promising prospect in the North, the Northern Ireland champion, going against the most promising prospect in the South. North versus South. Do you feel any pressure there to represent your country and bring home the pride?
You know what? I don't even want to start with that question. I don't. Because realistically, you know what, Michael, you are the best. You are the best wrestler I have ever seen in my life. You're one of the best wrestlers from your side of the island. And you're right. I am also one of the best from this side of the island. It's a very, very close match, and I can't say who's going to win. But you want to say you're taking it seriously. Michael, you've been out of this business for more than 3 years, and while you've did that, I tape studied you. Move for move, movement for movement. You were the guy that I looked at as the voice of British wrestling when there was none. Because you took your style of wrestling from Marty and you brought it over here and you made it your own. You stood out. And I took what you made and I made it better. I am better than you, younger than you. I've done everything that you've done and more at the time that I am at. And you're older than me. think about what's in my future. I'm not only just the best now in Ireland, I will be the best in the entire world very, very soon. Michael, take this much more seriously than you are right now. I am telling you now, I'm going to prove a point.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was a couple more questions there, but you know what? I think we're going to end it at that. Unless you have anything else you want to add, do you?
No. Other thing is, Michael, I very much respect you, and I'm looking forward to this fight.
Michael May, everybody at NIPW is looking forward to seeing you in the ring and can't wait to see you next week. But you're not here today. What we have now is a Northern Ireland World Heavyweight Champion, the Irish grappler John McCann. So John, I'm going to step away here. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to look personally into that camera and tell Michael May what he has in store before you leave.
Michael May, I have very few words for you. I've said it all. I've sat in these chairs and I've told you everything that you need to know before this match. And the only thing I can say, and I have left to say for these people, may the best man win.
Ladies and gentlemen, your reigning, defending Northern Ireland World Heavyweight Champion, the Irish grappler John McCann. This Sunday, the 18th of January, he goes to war. He battles for pride of Northern Ireland against one of the best in the South, Michael May. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that just leaves one more. The NWF World Championship. A title that is over the shoulder of none other than Ricky Henry. However, this is a championship that was created in 1985 all the way over in America by a man named Crusher Crossan. And he created a legacy that all these decades later, on the other side of the world, is still elevating the youth of today. Guys, Crusher Crossan is an absolute legend. And this Sunday, he looks into his retirement match and to end his career in one hell of a way. He is a former 5-time NWF champion, and to top it off as a 6-time and retire is his dream. For those unaware, we're going to introduce you now to Crusher Crossan. Here is a quick video.
I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. Hanging on the promises and the songs of yesterday, and I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go again. Here I go again. Though I keep searching for an answer, I never seem to find what I'm looking for. Lord, I pray you give me strength to carry on, 'cause I know it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known, like a drifter
Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, put your hands together and give a big Northern Ireland welcome on his return to our wee country. This is the founder of the NWF, a former 5-time NWF world title holder, along with a plethora of other titles. He is lacing up the boots one last time and stepping into his official retirement match, looking to emulate the legendary Vern Gagne and becoming only the second person in history to retire as a world champion. Originally from Anoka, Minnesota, now residing out of Salt Lake City, please welcome the founder and challenger to the NWF world title, none other than Crusher Crossan. Crusher, thank you very much for joining us. Welcome back to Northern Ireland. How does it feel to be back?
Oh, it's just great to be back here, Johnny. You know, I was here 6 months ago when I reffed this match for when Ricky won this championship, and it was great then, and it's great now. A little colder, but I gotta say, I'm used to the cold, though. You know, Minnesota. Yeah.
Well, you'll definitely be used to the cold here as well. Listen, there's a lot of new faces in here today and a few new people watching on YouTube as well. In your own words, real quickly, give us a rundown of the history of the NWF and the World Championship.
Well, the NWF title is interesting just because it started out as a kids-based promotion and originally. So when I had my championship in '85, I was youngest at the time, 16 years old, as holding a world title, and it was a unique belt back then, and it kind of. We eventually morphed into an indie fed, so we became the first really world title for an indie federation. And so it's a great title. It always represented, you want me to switch? Yeah. It always represented the new era of professional wrestling, which is why I brought it over here, because I wanted to rebrand it again for the new era of wrestling. So that's why we had Ricky Henry and Ben Nelson. So back in the day, it was also the new era. You know, we were the new cutting edge at that time.
Well, you're talking about a new era and the old school. That's something I'm going to touch on a little bit later on. However, I want to address one thing before your opponent comes out here today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you now, and I've seen you the last time you were over. You have went through one hell of a body transformation. Looking at you now, I am seeing dedication, I am seeing commitment, and a hell of a lot of hours in the gym. How seriously have you taken this challenge?
Well, let's just say this, Johnny. I spend every day in the gym, every day. I never miss one, with the exception of Christmas. And, you know, it's been a sacrifice. You know, when you go to the gym, and it's just not just going to the gym, it's like 2 hours every day. Yeah. So physically, it's taken a toll. Then there's the diet side of it, which is another sacrifice. And I had to do all of this. Why? Because if I'm going to go against somebody like Ricky Henry, you got to be at the best of your game. You have to be at the best shape you can. And I know at my age, I have to do everything I can to get ready for this. So yes, I dropped a lot more weight again, put on some more muscle, and it has been a sacrifice. But let me tell you something. If you think just because I'm a little bit older, I don't have what it takes to get it done, he's going to find out real quick in a week what I'm talking about, because I am so ready for this. In addition to that training, Johnny, I've also been in the ring. Everybody says, Crusher, you haven't had a match in so long. For 2 months, I've been training with Devotion Championship Wrestling in Salt Lake City. I want to give a shout out to them. They've been preparing me, getting me ready, so I feel I'm ready.
Have you had anybody over here running you through the paces, checking you out?
Well, just so happens I do, Johnny, but I'm not going to say who yet, but somebody who knows Ricky Henry very well has been with me in the ring privately, and I'll just leave it at that. But
Well,
you will find out who that is shortly.
I'll leave that for when Ricky comes out and you can drop that bombshell yourself. But listen, we'll cut to the chase here. Before Ricky comes out, I want to get your side of the story. For anybody here today that's unaware, you and Ricky started off as a mentor-student sort of relationship. You offered him opportunities, you gave him advice, and you were there for him at every turn. As far as I know, you taught him drop kicks, you helped him with promos, every aspect you were there. But somewhere along the line, things turned sour.
Yes.
Things turned very personal. And going into this, it's going to be one of the most personal matches in NIPW history. So from your side of things, from your point of view, where did it all start to go wrong in your relationship with Ricky Henry?
The day after he won the championship, honestly. He listened to what I said going into it, He did the right things. But then once he got that belt, and I know it, Johnny, I've had that belt 5 times. He's let the belt go to his head. He's turned his back on all of the NIPW fan base. And so now he thinks he's the reason. It's all about Ricky. And he thinks that he is just, the greatest thing since sliced bread. And he's let the belt go to his head. First he was I'm the 5-time loser of his title. Then I'm the schmucker. And then what else has he said? Now he's the face of our NWF Mount Rushmore. He's put himself on it. And now he thinks he's the greatest champion of all time. And the latest thing he said, Johnny, this is my brand. He's talking about the NWF. That's where it strikes a chord with Crusher. And that's why I traveled all these miles back to beautiful Belfast, because I want to come in there, not just for me, but I am, because I'd be lying if I said it wasn't, but for all the other fans, the Keaton Whitesides, the Tom Pattersons, the Adams, all these newcomers that he just runs over and thinks he's so great doing it.
Well, that's it from your point of view, and listen, we've all seen the actions of Ricky Henry and the manner in which he speaks to others. None of us really like it, but we have to accept it as champion. Shall we just get him out here? Shall we go with it?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get him out here. Please make your feelings known, and please welcome out to the venue now. Fighting out of Belfast International Airport, residing in Twinbrook, he is the reigning, defending NWF champion of the world, the Globetrotter, and the self-confessed Fox of July, none other than the Globetrotter, Ricky Henry. Guys, before we go on to it and get into the nuts and bolts again, Ricky, I'm going to ask you straight up. You heard Crusher's side of the story there. You heard it from his point of view about where the relationship went sour. And judging by the look at your face, you don't agree. So from your point of view, where did this relationship start to go downhill? Whose fault was it? And what the hell happened?
What I will say is Crusher Crossan, you called him the founder of the NWF, and while that may be true, he is nothing but the destroyer of the NWF. He ruined the entire thing. For those who don't know, for those watching at home, let me give you a little history lesson. You go all the way back, just before the dinosaurs in the 1980s, Crusher Crossan, he had his own wrestling promotion called the NWF. He gave kids hope. He gave them dreams. He made them fulfill those dreams. He was a 5-time champion of the place. And what did he do? He quit on every single one of them. Go tell the people, what'd you do? You packed your bag and you left because you're nothing but a quitter. And I'm going to prove that this Sunday, when I whip your ass, I'll prove that you're the same quitter you were over 40 years ago, you pensioner.
Gentlemen, let's keep it civil. Anything you'd like to say in response to that, Crusher?
Well, he says I quit on everybody. That's been his big line, right? I quit. I gave a dream to hundreds of kids, Ricky, not just you. Now, you may have that championship, but remember this. You wouldn't even have that belt on your shoulder if it wasn't for me. And you say I quit? I've spent decades keeping that brand alive just for somebody like you. And what do? You come out here and you make this big speech that I'm a quitter? Well, if I'm a quitter, what am I doing here right now if I quit?
Crusher Crossan, you talk absolute shite. You haven't given me a thing. I earned this. I earned my legacy. I am 18 years of age and I'm the best on this damn island. You didn't give me a thing. You suck. No, shut your mouths and listen. I earned this. I destroyed Ben Nelson in front of your very eyes. Nobody can knock me off my perch. You didn't give me a thing. And I'll tell you why Crusher Crossan's back in retirement at the grand old age of 75. I'll tell you why. Because he's jealous that I'm twice the champion his own ass ever was.
You think I'm jealous?
I know you're jealous, old man.
I've had that belt long before you were even a concept. So listen, you think you're going to hold that thing? Here's the deal. Easy Jet, yes. We'll be hearing that again in another week. But listen to this. You think you're going to hold that title? I know things, Ricky, that you don't. Johnny, he comes out here and he says, I'm 4 years experience. I'm more trained, better than Crusher ever was. But Crusher knows things that you don't. And what is going to happen when I hit you in ways you've never been hit before? You're going to look just like you did before when you get in big matches. You're going to end up stumbling and choking on it. So you just better, and you know what? I love this, Johnny, all this anger and rage he comes in with. You better come in with that in a week. Because if you don't, you are finished with that belt.
Guys, we only have 5 minutes left, so we're going to have to speed this up as long as I could listen to this all night, because it is getting damn personal. Ricky, I'm going to have a few questions for you here. First of all, listen, I agree with Crusher. I've heard what he says. You've called him Schmucker Crossing, a quitter, the guy that destroyed the NWF. You've called him so many terrible things, an old man, a dinosaur, you name it. My question is this: do you think them insults, do you think all that trash talking is going to come back and bite you in the ass one day?
Well, you know what, Johnny? I had this exact same attitude, and everyone back there knows, Crusher knows, and you know, I had this exact same attitude in my last big match against Ben Nelson. And for those who don't know and have been living under a rock, I whipped Ben Nelson's ass and walked out as your world champ. So when you want to run your mouth and talk about fumbling in big matches, you better look at yourself, because Crusher likes to take some of the blame for why Ben Nelson lost that match. And I agree, Crusher was in the way, an inexperienced ref. You may have loads of life experience, but the only thing you know that I don't know is what the inside of a nursing home smells like. So how about you shut your mouth and bask in your champion's glory?
Crusher, if you don't mind, Ricky, I'm going to ask you one more tough question, if you don't mind, okay? Listen, what's this?
That's a mistake. Mitch, cut that. What's this?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your brand new general manager of Northern Ireland Pro Wrestler, none other than Chris Mercer. I don't know what he's on here. Boss.
Well, as you know, I am incredibly entertaining. Wouldn't you agree, Belfast? And can we agree that this is a very special moment? Well, I think it is a very special moment to reveal my first order of business as your general manager of Northern Ireland Pro Wrestling. That a special moment deserves a special guest referee. Don't you think?
What?
So, next Sunday, NIPW Shockwave, Crusher Crossan versus Ricky Henry, with special guest referee, the most entertaining man in all professional wrestling, Chris Mercer, and we will call it right down the middle. And Crusher, we can guarantee that you will get your decision, and you will get a match that is called right down the middle. So all the
Look, boss, I'm just going to say this. Shut your mouth, you're talking too much. You want to implement yourself as a special guest referee in my match? He has the nerve to say he'll call it down the middle. Call it down the middle, my arse. You've been sitting there making videos going, I wish you luck, Crusher, in your match. I wish you the best of luck. You're wishing him luck already. Where's my good luck video? I've got nothing. You're playing it all in his favor. All the cards are going to be in his favor. What is this?
Hey,
this is a farce. And
I thought you weren't worried about this. I thought you had it in the bag. What's the difference if he's the ref?
Look, gentlemen, I know that was a shocking announcement. So, and I understand, Ricky, you're a teenager and hormones are going wild for you right now. So I'm going to leave you to it, and I'll let you have your final face-off ahead of next Sunday's very special wrestling match. So all I have to say is, Belfast, you have been amazing. I have been the entertainer, your general manager. I'll see you next week, gentlemen. Are you not entertained?
You suck! Shut up! Are you having a laugh? Having a laugh! Somebody sitting here making promotional videos for pensioners! Doing some elder care, saying, "Oh, Crusher, wish you good luck." It's not the referee. You have a point. You said I'm not nervous. Damn right I'm not nervous. You refereed my match with Ben Nelson. I wasn't one bit scared, and I still put his ass in the ground. And the same thing's going to happen for your old ass. Try not to hurt your back when you step to the champ.
The only reason you beat Ben Nelson is because you listened to me and you did the match the right way. Now we get this. You come with this attitude, you come with all this spunk, you better. Because if you don't, if you come with any kind of respect or concern for me, you're finished. Because I will take that belt right off your waist.
Get your cheap ass photos and I'm out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's official. Your main event, Sunday the 18th of January for the NWF World Championship. The challenger, the founder of the NWF, a 5-time former champion, Crusher Crossan, steps up against your captain, the Globetrotter, and reigning, defending NWF champion of the world, Ricky Henry.
You suck, champ out in the building.
Before you go, Crusher, thank you very much. I know he stormed off, but you had a bit of an announcement to make about who trained, how helped you train. Do you want to enlighten us while he's still there?
Actually, I want to announce that, but you guys just follow my social media channel. You'll see that announcement here later this week, live on our Instagram channel. Just follow Instagram, follow us there, you'll see it then, and I will make that announcement. Let me just say this. The guy I've been working with privately here, he knows Ricky all too well. I'll just leave it at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time before the main event next week, the one, the only, the founder of the NWF, Crusher Crossan. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to a close. Next weekend, Sunday the 18th, our first show, Northern Ireland's #1 pro wrestling promotion presents Shockwave. Let's run down the card. You've seen your main event, the NWF World Championship. The challenger, Crusher Crossan, against the champion, Ricky Henry. We have the Northern Ireland World Heavyweight Championship. The champion, John McCann, as he steps foot in the ring of one of Ireland's very best, Michael May. The NXG Junior Heavyweight Championship over the shoulders of Ben Nelson. He's going to go to war as he steps in there with the ultimate smick, Stevie Fee. Then you have one hell of an intriguing match. You have one of the best to ever do it here in Northern Ireland, Tucker, as he steps foot in the ring with the one-man wrecking crew, the force of nature, Samson Law. And of course, you're going to see one of NIPW's newest recruits, Keith Crow, as he steps foot in the ring with a man with one hell of a chip on his shoulder, Jordan Nelson. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Jonny McIlroy, the voice of NIPW. This has been Northern Ireland's #1 pro wrestling promotion. This has been the Shockwave pre-show podcast and Belfast live on YouTube. You have been fantastic, so please sign off. Be giving yourselves one hell of a round of applause. Guys, thank you very much. We will see you all next Sunday. We're sold out, but follow our socials for more. Over and out.